A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Throwing, Dalton. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
Dalton. He finds his man, complete. That's Elliott. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Throwing again on second down. Dalton. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Here's Dalton. Quickly to Thielen here. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. Back to throw. Dalton. That caught by Tremble. And they'll work this down inside the 30. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. This defense for the Vikings, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
3rd and 2 for Dalton. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. Going back to Marshall. He's got him again. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Here's Elliott, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Dalton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. Trying to finish off this opening drive from the 3. This is 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Terrace Marshall, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Back to throw. Hall. This one caught over the middle. It's Oliver, the tight end. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. But the Vikings sit 1-1 through 2 games thus far. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he will have the Vikings first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Here's Hall on first down. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Back to throw again. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And that is caught. It's Davis. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
For as much as we extol his route running and him as a pass catcher, he might be better with the ball in his hands. He did not want to go down there until he found the end zone. And while he didn't quite get there, he and his guys are set up near the goal.
Get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run with Cook. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Dalvin Cook so good in the open field, but he's equally good down here near the goal line. He can find those seams and just push his way through. So he might get another chance or two to punch this one in.
Hall to throw on second down. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Josh Oliver, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 7-7, our score after 1. Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Over the middle, complete. It's Marshall. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Running right, here's Sanders. 7 yards there and a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Andy Dalton toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. John Kaminsky drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. But Manny's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. And he'll get nothing out of that one. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Hall. Going back to the same well, it's Hawkinson again. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That good for 22 and a 1st down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, yeah. Backside guys,
meh.
That's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Dalton's throw taken in by Chark. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Dalton hands off to Elliott.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it?
And a short gain here down to the 22. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And this offense on third down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He rifles one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
And the Vikings are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Although a jet sweep to start the drive. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
Second and 14.
Dalton now to pass.
That's complete out right to the tight end, Tremble.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Third down from the gun, Dalton. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
And if we go back to the last series, remember, their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helps contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe this quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage a little bit slow to get rid of the football.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit.
Right hash, 37-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. Well, going for Jefferson downfield.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
And the Panthers are going to have it here just past the 25.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but also find a way to pull it together and become sharp again.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on third. Now Dalton. And this is going to be incomplete. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys.
He's got a man. Complete. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. It's a gain of 35.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hall. High throw, but the catch is made.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Hall now on 3rd down.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good.
And that will knot us up at 10. So good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Passing, it's Dalton.
There's Tremble, the tight end.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And Dalton to throw.
On the slant, this is Chark.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Dalton.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw here, Dalton. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. This will be Dalton again. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And they will take the lead at 13 to 10. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. To throw it is Hall. A final shot before break. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Jordan Love, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And at this point, they trail the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Desmond Ridder, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. It's Jalen Hurts with a couple of touchdown passes. In the game you're watching has been the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, who's led the way. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game, as we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third.
And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Now Hall looking to throw on second down.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Here's Hall on 1st and 10. And he's got his big tight end here.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Oliver. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Hall to throw on 2nd down.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. Running for it, here's Cook. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Now Davis fumbles it, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Cook is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Trying the power game with Ham. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. C.J. Ham,
his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Well, it was second and goal. You're in there close. That's the fullback's comfort zone.
Not only is it his comfort zone, it's an expectation. That's what he's supposed to do. Turn and hand it to him. Big guys fire out. Find your way into the end zone.
Bass on for the extra point.
And that will make this a 4-point game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. So Dalton now.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Another run with Sanders. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And that is incomplete. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Vikings to take over. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers.
Ready. 60 ready. 60 ready.
On first down, Hall. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack.
Well, it's certainly going to be a lot tougher adding a touchdown to that lead now since they're facing 2nd and 20+. Big-time sack to start the drive and put the opponent way back. Let's see what kind of play call they come up with here.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Hall. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Von Bell.
And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they bring in an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field.
And they'll take over here following the interception with good field position and a chance to take the lead with a touchdown.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do?
And that one going to be off target and incomplete. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Throwing. Dalton. Open man right side is Shark.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Dalton.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Dalton.
And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good.
And that'll bring him back within a point.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A 3rd quarter now, and a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun. Hall. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. Hall now to throw on 3rd down. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. $39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now from Jacksonville. The gap's getting wider there. The Saints have scored again. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. 1st and 10 for Dalton.
That's swung out wide to Sanders.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Dalton here from the gun.
That caught by Tremble.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Dalton. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted.
Andrew Booth picks it off.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And the football going back to the Vikings offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
So nothing doing there, and it'll be second down. Operating from the gun, Hall.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Hall. And he will find his man on the outside.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off play action. Hall.
Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6.
And the Vikings are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Cook.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Hall. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson from 4 yards out. And the Vikings get an important score there to extend their lead here this 4th quarter.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. Still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A first down throw coming for Dalton. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Dalton's throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Back to throw.
Dalton. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Only needing 2 yards on second down.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Sanders.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
13 yards, first down, Panthers.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Draw play. Elliott trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Andy Dalton. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. That's to his running back, complete.
And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They'll run with Sanders. Oh, nice move.
The 71 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now
Dalton back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. 3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Play action here with Dalton. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law. And it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And he's able to get it out of there. Taking on the midfield logo. A nice little juke.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards.
And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Dalton and the offense now. Down by 8. 1:45 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
Now Dalton. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Dalton.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Marshall.
Here's Dalton.
This will be caught at about the 5. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go. The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
So a big play coming for the Panthers. They'll go for 2. Dalton wants to throw. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
To throw it is Hall. Going to throw again. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Back to throw. Hall. And he fires one, but incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Every eye in the stadium fixated on Rodrigo Blankenship.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This from long, very long range. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Boy, that's a big-time letdown there. You work yourself in position to win the game, but the kick winds up no good. And now you've got to regroup as a team, get the energy back up, and get ready for overtime. And make sure you pump him up, too. He may be needed to try and win it again later.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the Vikings going to get the first chance to possess the football as we are back underway here in overtime. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
A quick throw, but incomplete. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Hall.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Another run here with Sanders. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Up the middle they go with Sanders. Uses the stiff arm. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Running right, here's Sanders. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. Dalton hands off to Elliott.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage you gain there is really kind of gravy. And this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want. The right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 9 yards that time.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Sanders.
And he showed some fancy footwork on the juke, but then quickly taken down.
Sanders again, and he will not get in. In fact, he might have lost a yard. Back to the 2.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. All right, well, they didn't kick it on 2nd down, now 3rd and goal. You have to kick it here.
Absolutely have to kick it, because if you get a bad snap, you fall on it, you got a chance to kick it again on 4th down. Let's say it gets blocked and it's behind the line of scrimmage. You fall on it, you get another chance at it. Give yourself that option. Give yourself that opening.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is in. As they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, The fans streaming out unhappy, but the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for Carolina, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.